I saw my high school bully at the high school reunion, and guess what? This person hasn't changed. The bully comes up to me and says, "Oh, you're poor still, I can tell," and starts gloating about the new job that my bully just got. Well, there's one thing I didn't tell the bully. I'm the boss at the new job, and I'm gonna have some fun. First and foremost, I don't generally use this website, so apologize for this formatted error. I'm usually quite calm and collected, but I don't know what to do in this scenario, and I feel like a headless idiot. I was badly bullied by a girl when I was in high school. I came from a poor family, but my parents had great ambitions for me. I'm now 28 and female. They were even ready to work 24/7 just to give me a good life. I was their only kid, so their hope and future of everything was dependent on me. I was also a good kid. I obeyed them my whole life, and I knew from the beginning that I had to work hard to climb up the social ladder. They put me in a posh school in the hope of me getting the best quality education possible. But because of the bullying, it was getting hard for me. I was ugly in school. I mean, that's what people used to say. I was regarded as very fat. I was like 140 pounds, and I stammer. The stutter caused worry, and it only occurred when I was among people who were mean or bullied me. Basically, it occurred when I was anxious, and I didn't have money to wear fancy clothes in school, and you could just tell by looking at me that I was not fitting for that school. But I was good at studying and well known among the teachers, which was more lame for the cool kids. In my first year, I didn't face any backlash until my bully came. See, my bully was a girl and her father was very rich. She was pretty and had a group of friends, girls, wiggling their tails behind her. Her parents did not live in the city but gave her a whole darn house for her to stay in. She was famous for holding parties in her house every day. Boys were swooning over her looks and she would change her flings just like her clothes. You can say that she was a classic rich, spoiled brat. I've always felt out of place on my school campus, and also I was ignorable. But as I was known amongst the teachers, it caught her attention. She noticed how my teachers used to call me for answers and everything. She asked some of her friends about me, and from there the bullying just started. My first encounter with her, it happened after school that day. Someone told her that I was a bit autistic, and she collected some of her good friends and crowded me, and all of them were screaming in my ears and pushing me and pressing me just to each other. After they were done having their little fun, they left me on the floor and watched me suffer. I was overstimulated and wriggled around and screamed and acted out, and she was laughing and enjoying every second of it. Her minions were copying her as well. After she composed herself and saw one of the teachers coming in our direction, she said that she was sorry and left. But suddenly, the next day, she invited me to her party and said that this is how she acts with her friends, and said that she was going to make it up to me for torturing me that day. I'm ashamed to say it, that I was in that school for several months, but I was unable to make any friends. So part of me wanted to go to the party, but another part of me was scared as hell. My mother, she convinced me to go as I might make some friends. But of course I fell for the trap, because after going there they crowded me and tormented me in the same manner or maybe more intensely. I ended up being unconscious, and I was a sensitive kid. They got scared, and when I gained consciousness they sent me home. I still had the memory of lying on the ground with my hands over my ears, pleading and screaming not to torment me anymore. See, I tried to ignore her as much as possible. If I saw them in the hallway, I would hide in the washroom till the hall was clear. But still, in every given chance, she would bully me for financial status and looks. One day, we were having a Halloween party at school, and she dressed up like me. She put a fat suit on, and the back of her t-shirt was boldly written, "Help me, I'm poor." And on the front it said "Teacher's Pet." The whole class was making fun of me, and some even were throwing coins as if I was a beggar. She and her minions did all this because my teacher made me the party organizer instead of her. Incidents like pushing me into a bush or oncoming traffic on my way home became the norm. I can go on for hours just talking about what she's done to me. I never told my parents, as I know very well how hard they worked for me, and changing schools all of a sudden in the middle of the year would be a nightmare for them. But after one particular incident where she made fun of me for nothing more than my appearance, I really could not take it anymore. We were having a field trip and I didn't want to go, but my mother convinced me to join for experience sake. It was supposed to be a historical exhibition trip, but where we were living there was a swimming pool nearby, so everybody went. In my whole trip till then, my bully did not bother me, so I was getting comfortable with the situation. I even met a girl who was kind to me. We were sharing the same room, so eventually we became friends. When everybody was talking about playing in the pool, I was insecure with my body and also the fact that I can't swim. But my new friend was insisting I join her and was guilt-tripping me by saying that she would be alone if I refused. I didn't have a proper pool dress, but I went there anyways. I told her I would be lying in a chair and would read my book. She was okay with it. I got anxious after seeing my bully with her minions and a bunch of boys already in the pool. Our teacher wasn't around, so they were being wild. They were in skimpy clothing, playing with the ball and teasing each other, and I saw my bully was side-eyeing me, but I ignored it and opened a few buttons of my shirt. I had a tight t-shirt underneath it, and my curves were visible, and they gave a look like they saw a cockroach. I looked down as my insecurity spiked up. I buttoned my shirt and tried to focus on my book. I thought that they would ignore me now like they did during the whole trip, but then I felt it. A ball straight up hit my thigh. I tried to look angry, but I knew it wasn't gonna work. My bully was laughing at me like she was watching the funniest sitcom, but I think that happened by accident because the boy who hit me suddenly came to take the ball and apologized. But unfortunately, my bully found a way to torment me. She convinced the guy to repeat what he did. Even she borrowed one ball from a student, and not a minute after I was getting hit by balls, the force was hard. When I tried to look at them angry, they mouthed sorry, and I laughed under their breath. Well, after a few moments, the hitting stopped, and I was feeling sleepy when I was about to doze off. A ball landed right beside me, near the pool. My bully said to stop being lazy and asked to pass the ball. I went near the ball and felt someone from behind push me into the pool. I was screaming for help, but the only thing I heard was laughing. They were calling me a lazy hippo. My new friend was not in the sight as well. Now, when I woke up, I was in the hospital. Apparently, my friend was forced by a guy from the minions to leave the pool site. When she came, she found me unconscious in the pool. She called the teacher and they took me to the hospital. Thankfully, I lived, but due to the excessive water that went inside my lungs, I ended up in the hospital for a few days. All of that was very triggering, and I could not hold myself and told everything to my parents. My parents complained about the case to the principal, but nothing happened, so I completed that year by homeschool. I know we should have taken some legal action against it, but honestly, I was too scared and asked my parents to please let it go. So, I moved away from that town after high school. I completed my studies at a normal school, and my parents helped me a lot to get out of that situation. I was so traumatized that I didn't want to get out of the house. Guys, they even went ahead to hire a therapist. Yeah, after constant trying, I was stable. I knew my parents were in debt to me, and from that time on, I made up my mind that I would work hard to give them something of a better future. Fast forward, guys, well, I became the CEO of a well-recognized company. I'm happy that I fulfilled my parents' wishes, and I got a mansion and I'm living with my parents there. I'm calm and content with where I'm at right now, and I used to have quality time with my parents then, and I still do. To be honest, there was a time when I was planning to end everything. But now, when I see my parents' proud eyes, just because of me, I think what a fool I was for thinking that back then. But recently, something has happened. I'm back in town for the first time in maybe 10 years, and my cousin is getting married. Therefore, I'm here for the occasion. I plan to arrive a week early to spend time with my folk, and I saw my school bully at a bar while I was out with my cousins just a few days ago. At first, I didn't even recognize her, but my cousin pointed her out, and oh boy, I felt a bit nervous, but decided to ignore her. As we were leaving, she came over and says hello. My cousin chatted with her briefly. Our Uber arrived, and so we said goodbye and left. My cousin was 2 years younger than me, and she knew the bully for her popularity, but she had no idea what she did to me. My bully got my email address from my cousin, and she sent me an email. The email was fairly long. She apologized for what she has done. I ignored her, but I ran into her again at the pharmacy, and she asked if we could talk. She asked if we could go for dinner as friends and catch up, and I said sorry, but I would really rather not. So she sent another email a few hours ago saying that she wanted to properly apologize to me for whatever she had done, and wanted to invite me to our high school reunion, which was supposed to be held next week. You see, apparently she wanted to apologize over dinner, saying her guilt was eating her alive, and I told her, I'm sorry, but I'm not having dinner with you. You should talk to a therapist. I don't want to, and I'm not going to force myself to ease your conscience. I told my cousin of this whole thing, and they said that I'm being too harsh on her, and that I should just do what I could to make her forgive herself because nobody deserves to live with the guilt. They said one dinner is nothing, and I should just suck it up and go, but I don't know if I should. The last time she apologized, she ended up making me more broken than ever. You know, I'm a positive person who easily eliminates other faults, but I'm feeling weird giving her a chance. I'm very conflicted right now since her tone makes my resolution weak, and I think that time has probably changed her. But before giving her a chance, I want your opinion, guys. That's why I'm here asking you, what should I do next? Please, don't hesitate to tell me. Update number 1. Hey guys, it's me. So I'm back with an update, and well, it's been 2 days since my initial post. Thank you for taking your time and giving your advice. Some of the comments were funny. Somebody told me to have a hot girl revealing moment at the high school reunion party. Sorry to disappoint the commenter because I don't think I had a glow up. It's true that I know how to dress myself up properly now and what suits my body, but I wouldn't call it a glow up. But if you talk from the career and financial perspective, I would say I can show off a little bit about it, you know. By the way, someone said that if I didn't agree to meet her, I would be selfish. Can you kindly tell me from which point of view I'll be selfish? Is she my daughter or my sister? If her parents have decided to abandon her, which eventually made her a bully, well, it's my fault for that. It was her parents who did that, and the last time I knew I was definitely not her parent. However, I still decided to meet her. Not to give her a chance, but to have a closure for me. I asked my cousin to accompany me as well. She gave me an address and along with that a thank you text for agreeing to it. To be honest, she seemed to have changed a lot and she remembered everything that she had done to me. She was crying for everything. Reminiscing about those incidents, it made me cry too. I was really angry at her and openly told her how much it ruined me. By the end of dinner, I forgave her. I said it was for my closure and I didn't want any bond with her. She seemed to understand and asked if I would go to the high school reunion anyways. I said I wasn't planning on it. She pleaded, saying that it was her last request and she wanted our classmates to see that she had changed. Her pleading felt weird and it didn't suit her. To be honest, I also felt good. Deep down, I needed her apology and I got it. Now, if she confesses everything that she's claiming to do at the high school reunion, I won't be the person who is the laughingstock for them. The way they were laughing at me when I was pushed into the pool is still burnt into my mind. I need a closure in that area as well. But before I go, I need your opinion. Would it be alright if I went to the reunion party? I think I've now got some courage to face them. Please, I'm begging you, let me know. Update number 2. Hey guys, I'm back with an update. So, oh my gosh guys, I never thought I would go through some dark ways that just happened. Years ago and destroyed my life for a few years, but just like me, many of you were convinced that my bully has changed a lot. I really thought I would get closure to that incident, but I was wrong. I'm updating it after 1 month and I went into a depressive mode and it took me a lot of time to talk about it. But before disclosing what happened, I wanted to address that one comment who was saying that her attitude was like that because of her parents. She's literally an adult now and still the same. Are we still going to think she's not at fault? However, let me tell you what happened. I took the time to make the decision to go to the high school reunion. For the time being, I focused on my cousin's wedding. But my bully tried to contact me again and again through my cousin. She said she wanted to know if I was going or not. By the end of the wedding, I thought, heck, why not? I informed my parents and extended my vacation for just 1 more week. Even after being financially stable, I made sure that I don't overconsume. I bought some designer dress for the wedding and other events, and instead of buying a new dress for the party, I'm just going to re-wear one of them. So finally the day arrives. People were side-eyeing me and my expensive dress, but I didn't care. I was looking for the girl who became my friend on the school trip. When I couldn't find her, I went to ask my bully if she knew. I mean, she was behaving well and apologized to me and all, so I thought asking her a simple question wouldn't hurt. Oh boy. I was wrong. She scrunched her nose up like she was disgusted by my action and said, "Get off, you poor witch. Oh, who do you think you are? Shoving others with your hippo-like body?" My anxiety and panic attacks stuck out of nowhere. I wanted to protest and defend myself, but I started stuttering. My words were not forming, and now the hate train started again. She called me names, saying I must have rented my dress and it would bust any moment, leaving me unable to pay for it. She mocked me, that even though I was brilliant, she was the only one who got a job while I was probably still relying on my parents spending all the money on food. You know, none of that's even true, and I could not defend myself because I was feeling dizzy. An old friend stepped in to defend me and then took me out of there. We went to a bar, talked a lot, exchanged numbers, and went home. I was too ashamed to fall into her trap, and when I went back to my city, I straight up went to my therapist, and after a month I was stable. Thankfully, my work did not get hampered by it. It was just sudden panic attacks. By the way, recently I found out something from my friend. Yes, we've been in regular contact now. However, she told me my bully got a job. In my company. Yeah, can you believe that? I know that she's not capable of the role, but I'm curious to see how she got it. I'll let you guys know exactly what happens. Update number 3. Hey guys, sorry for the delay. I just took some time to investigate the matter. It's been 3 months since I last updated. Finally, I've collected enough evidence, and before I proceed with it, I want to inform you of everything. So, my office has many branches scattered around the country, and a few branches are outside of the country as well. So you can understand how big it is. I'm not going to name the company because I don't want to involve my company in it at all, and I also just don't want to give away my identity. I know most of you are positive towards me, but some are against me, and I don't want them to dig into my past and try to destroy me. However, my bully got a job in one of the branches as a marketing associate. I was surprised because most of our employees go through a very good training process before upgrading their roles as a permanent employee. But for her case, I couldn't find any trace of training. That means that she got it directly, but we don't know that. Which means that there's somebody who went out of their way, out of the law. I asked my assistant to investigate it, and I couldn't do that myself because I didn't want to show my face to her before clearing out how she got the job. Or else, if I reveal my identity before, I'm sure she'll turn people against me and will say that I was taking revenge on her by firing her. My assistant disguised herself as a new employee and told her to dress up as her friends used to do. I wanted her to be her friend so that she can get the information out. It didn't take long for her to be her friend. They got close by bullying some other poor employees. I was noticing everything in my CCTV camera and taking notes. One day, my assistant mentioned to her that a friend of hers desperately needed a job and was pressuring her to help. Then she revealed how she actually got the job. She said getting a job in the company is easy and all you have to do is sleep with the recruiter. She even told her the name of the recruiter that she slept with. Yep, that's right, guys. That's the jackpot that I needed to know. I have every single piece of evidence with me, and I'm just waiting for the right time to expose it. I wanted it to be a big expose. Do you guys know how I can do that? Some ideas would be very helpful, so thank you in advance. Final update. Hey guys, I was surprised by how many people were into my story. Thank you so much. You guys gave me lots of advice, and I can admit that my mind could not have thought that through. Anyways, I'm going to jump into the update as you're probably waiting for it. By the way, I'm updating a month later because I just needed time to arrange everything. I arranged a party for the office and announced the new CEO, me, would also join the party. I've been in the position for a few months now, and many employees, especially those hired after I started, don't know. The company's large, so people typically know their team leads. However, I arranged the party with a big screen. You got it right, I'm planning to show all the footage in front of everyone, just how she likes it. Before all the guests arrived, I went to a room and decided to stay there until I showed the footage. The room was perfect for watching what was happening outside, and being in the corner, there was a good chance nobody would see me. Anyways, the party started and my bully arrived. My assistant went to her and said that she got promoted as the CEO's assistant, and she was clearly jealous of it. She went on to say to others that my assistant probably slept with the CEO to get the position. After some time, it was announced that there would be a special video to appreciate others. But as we planned, it was just my bully being evil to people. Clip by clip, she was getting scared and angry. She thought my assistant leaked the information to get the job. She jumped on her and tried to attack her, but I got out at that moment. Everybody was silent, even my bully. She was trying to say some nasty things to me without acknowledging my position, but got shut down by others when they greeted me by my name. She was shocked. CEO? To be honest, calling it a shock would be an understatement because she was angry, jealous, and furious. I told everybody what kind of person she was and told them how she got the job. I asked my employees what I should do with her and the recruiter. They said I should fire them and throw her out of the office building and make an example. So I did. Whatever they were doing was against the rules, and they looked ashamed after being caught. Their heads were hanging low, and some of the employees were actually booing them. They knew there's no lie that'll save them from this. She's obsessed with creating big scenes, so I gave her that. I don't feel ashamed of anything I did. My cousin called me and said my bully was lying about me in the neighborhood and trying to get sympathy. I guess that she would do that since she won't be getting any other job after this scandal. I don't care anymore, because deep down everyone knows how she is. And I'm right now investigating all the recruiters after the incident. I'm finally at peace with myself now and can actually focus on my company. All's well that ends well, am I right? Anyways, thanks for being here, guys. Your support has been great throughout it all. Goodbye. Guys, let's review a comment. It says, I know that you're saying that you're not taking any advantage of your position, but you are a bad employer. You have to admit it first. First of all, you didn't notice that your employees were using the wrong way to recruit others, and you only reacted when your ego got hurt. You're probably investigating even further into the matter for the sake of keeping your responsible image. I'm not buying it. It's true that your bully is not a good person, we get it. Especially with you, but you're not good either, so I don't know, maybe you should be humbled up a bit. I think everybody sucks here. Do you guys agree with that comment? And if you do, let me know why down below, and if you don't, let me know as well. Guys, my name's Mr. Reddito. I narrate stories like this every single day. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more daily stories, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and of course remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.